Are you worried you aren't getting enough potassium in your diet? Well, I'm going to give you 10 warning signs of deficiency that you want to watch out for, and then give you some ways you can avoid it. You know how important potassium is for our body. It's responsible for so many of our bodily functions, from keeping our heart beating to our muscles moving. It really is such an essential nutrient. But here's the thing, a lot of us aren't getting enough potassium in our diets, and when we do have deficiency, it can cause some serious issues. So here are the 10 signs and symptoms of low potassium. And I'll finish the video by giving you a breakdown of some of the best sources of potassium if you're experiencing some of these symptoms. And number one, we're starting off with something fairly common but often overlooked, and that's high blood pressure or hypertension. You see, potassium plays a key role in helping control our blood pressure. If we don't have enough potassium, our blood vessels can't relax, meaning that the blood pressure builds up. And number two on the list is kidney stones. And if you've ever known anybody who's had kidney stones, you'll understand that it can be a really uncomfortable experience trying to get rid of them. Definitely something that we want to avoid. And low potassium plays a role in increasing our risk of developing them. And this is because potassium helps our body hold on to calcium. So when you have low potassium, our body's trying to get rid of calcium, and too much of this then builds up in the kidneys, creating those painful kidney stones. And number three is something that affects millions, if not billions of people worldwide, and that's high blood sugar levels. You see, low potassium means that our body is less able to produce insulin, and this leads to higher blood sugar levels. It can create an increased risk of diabetes too. If you have been feeling weak or getting cramps recently, that's the fourth potential sign of potassium deficiency. You see, potassium helps our muscles relax and contract properly. So when we're low on potassium, our muscles might not work the way they should do, leaving us with these feelings of weakness and cramps. And number five is breathing, which shouldn't feel like a chore, but when we're low on potassium, it can actually be harder to catch our breath. And this is again because potassium helps our muscles, including those ones in our lungs, do their jobs properly. So when we're low on potassium, breathing can become laboured because the muscles aren't working the way that they should. And our heart is a muscle too, so it needs potassium to keep beating properly, providing blood to the rest of our body. So when potassium levels are low, the heart rate can become irregular or develop arrhythmias, which is the sixth symptom of low potassium. And number seven is actually the toilet, as issues with low potassium can lead to constipation. Yes, you heard that right. Potassium also helps ensure that things move quickly through our intestines, which rely on the contraction of smooth muscles to pass our food down. So when that stops, we can end up with constipation. And if you feel like you're always running off to the bathroom for a wee, it could be low potassium that's to blame. And that's the eighth symptom of low potassium. And this is because potassium helps our kidneys work effectively, moving waste and balancing fluid within our body. So when potassium levels are low, the kidneys might not be able to work as effectively as they could do, meaning that we feel like we need to go to the toilet very often. And if you're feeling tired all the time, it might not just be because you didn't get enough sleep last night. Low potassium levels are also known to lead to feelings of tiredness and fatigue, which is the ninth symptom of low potassium levels. And this is because potassium helps our body use glucose for energy. So when potassium levels are low, it means our cells aren't able to get the energy that they need to work effectively, leaving us feeling tired and drained. And number 10, it's brain fog, because our brain needs potassium to help keep its neurons firing properly and everything running smoothly. So when our levels of potassium are low, we might find it more difficult to concentrate or remember things, almost a bit like our brain is running in slow motion. Not a great feeling. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms and worried that it's low potassium, some of the best sources that you can include in your diet are white potatoes, beetroot, Brussels sprout, broccoli, cabbage, cantaloupe melon, and of course, the one that everyone knows, banana. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, follow our channel for more health tips.